You ever have a set where like people are like you killed, but you know that you didn't get all of it? It's like it went over the fence, but like the right fielder could have robbed it.
Totally.
Right?
So you didn't hit it on the exact sweet spot. It didn't feel like the way it should when you when it hit the ball.
Like when you round first, you're like, did it or and then you finish.
Yeah, maybe you stumbled around first base and people didn't see that because they were focused on how far the ball went. But you're like, dude, I fucking fucked up my round. Like I didn't hit. I didn't have a smooth stride going to second.
Yeah. So So when you know you get all of it, and it goes to the upper deck. So to have that moment, and kind of that was when, like, I remember I've opened for guys. I've opened for Attell. I've opened for Burr. I've opened for like Brewer. I've opened for guys, and I just knew like when it was time. We were smoking a cigar. I was just like, no, dude, you're getting headline laughs. And the thing is, like, anytime I opened for guys like that, I just was wanting to be my time.
Yeah.
Like, some guys can get caught up in the, I like the 25 minutes in packed crowds and all that shit. And it's like, no, man, you got to do an hour on your own shit. You know.
That's fucking incredible.
It was nuts, dude.
And that's your how many years into stand up now?
So from my first open mic, 20, but my first 3 years in New York, I was barely doing it.
Right.
So it's like I've probably been a pro for like maybe 16, 17 years, because it's just hard to, like, hey man, come do my show like once a month. You're doing 5 minutes, if that.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
And you don't. So like I'm talking about like I've probably been going hard since 03, 04.
Right.
And
so do you? When you met Burr, because you guys now have a podcast together.
Yeah.
Called what again?
Anything Better.
Anything Better. That's right. Where is that? You guys both have. I want to know how much of when you guys became buds did you feel like of your style was already kind of cemented, and then just being out with a guy like that, because you guys definitely have come from the same kind of like you pack a lot of punch with your takes on things. There's like a likable I don't want to say anger, but like a likable frustration to like the way you approach certain topics, which I really dig.
I think that I think that a lot of my East Coast friends and guys that like I would say comedy-wise, like a Bobby Kelly. I guess it's like a fast-paced, fun, like you said, like likable, but like we're just going to tell real stories and like, and there's no like, well, don't, like if I have to curse in this because I normally would, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Like I don't have rules like, you shouldn't curse, you could get more fans if you don't. I'm like, I'm just going to talk about the story. Yeah. And in that story, if it happens to be a curse, but then if I can clean it up, I'll clean it up.
Yeah.
I guess like a realness. I would say like the thing with Bill is when I first started open for him, he would say things like, hey, man, good job this weekend. And I knew what that meant. That meant you got the job done, you got the people to laugh, and you got them ready for me. Then I remember like a couple years later, he goes, oh, that bit you're doing. And I'm like, oh, now he's talking about my bits. And then I remember we were sitting down, and he said some things that like I could have retired. He's just like, dude, you're a fucking beast, man. You're going to sell out. You're like, there's jokes. Like I remember one day he said, watching what you're doing is a beautiful thing to watch. And I remember I was just had a sip, and all I was thinking was, all right, I got to tell my wife he said this, and that. Because I'm coming up, and I'm going like, this dude who's one of the dudes now is seeing, but like he watched it from like, he was almost like he was like an older brother or a mentor, and he kind of watched me. And then when he started to watch me headline and start killing, and he knew how much it meant to me, he knows how much comedy. I love doing podcasts, and I love doing podcasts with guys like you and friends, but none of us got in this business to be a radio host. Right. None of us, I didn't get into business listen, we could be funny and shoot the shit and make people that are listening right now enjoy it, but I got in this business because Eddie Murphy. Yeah. I got in this business because I wanted to stalk a stage, tell stories, do quick jokes, do this, and then just have a whole thing. And so to get that from somebody, and dude, when it means something from everybody at every level. Comics that are younger than you, comics that are older than you, open micers, headliners, legends. When you texted me, hey, dude, man, I heard your bit, man, it's so funny. Like things like that, it's like, oh man, people that I respect see something and pay attention because that means that's the purity. That's what we're talking about before. That's where there's no shortcuts. Yeah. There's nowhere to hide. Because
we get the immediate validation from being on stage, but it's like after that, like. And that's why Bill is such a goat, because to be that generous with his affection and appreciation of other people, it's easier said than done to get to a certain level and then still kind of throw nuggets of like, wanting to discuss bits with you or throw you compliments. Yeah. And like there are people in this business, we know them, and have seen them kind of climb to certain ranks where they want to keep people at a certain level, and they don't want whoever's with them or opening or alongside in their camp to get to certain levels because A, of their own insecurities, or B, of like, well, I like the way things are. I don't want and the fact that he kind of champions you and did at that point and was like, dude, fucking encouraging the growth of you becoming a beast and blowing and doing and blowing him out of the water on certain shows and being like, dude, fucking go for it, make me better.
And it's funny that you said that because at the end of my special, if you watch through the credits, we're all in the back, and he walked out and he goes, see, he goes, I knew he'd kill it, and he goes, I don't bring cupcakes on the road. He always would say that to us. He goes, I don't bring cupcakes on the road. And
funny.
The thing about Bill is Bill will be like, yeah, no, dude, you made me work on that show and I want that. Guys like that, and I notice when I talk, the greatest headliners want the whole show to be good, and they want the person before them to fucking kill.
Yeah.
And it's the guys that want that easy layup, to
you get complacent. You're just not going to push yourself the way you should. At least, and from our experience, right? But
from our experience,
maybe there is somebody out there that's just truly fucking can.
But I knew from you when I met you at Just for Laughs, Adam. I was like, I heard you talking to people. I was like, you're hungry. You see who's great. You want to be there. You love stand-up. Yeah. You love being on stage. And I think it's kind of like in sports too. You can't teach that part of it. I don't think you could teach any of it really in stand-up, but what nobody can really be instilled in is that that want. I remember driving to Harlem from upstate New York to do an all-black room for 6 minutes, no money, and I could be booed off stage easily. I had to do it. It was like...
because you do get to this point where you get opportunities like that where there's a definite one way that you could say, take it on, it's challenging, it's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
But it's also so easy and comforting to be like, dude, let me just go home and not have whatever feelings of... that show and not doing well could bring. To want to avoid that is so... But then those feelings of, taking it on and, getting a couple laughs or somebody in the crowd, some sassy, smooth, heavy-set black lady that's like, baby, I'm going to put you in my purse and take you home. That fucking compliment, you ride that through the next week. Honestly, dude.
No, yeah.
I remember the first time I opened for Sinbad and, there was tall-ass, smooth fucking guys coming out in suits being like, I see you, that's what's up. That's what's up. And then you have these women that are like, I'm going to take you in my purse and put you on. I just want to chew on you at night before I go to bed, baby.
I suck that funny dick. You're like, what? All right, that went a little... All right, listen, I appreciate you like the comedy, but I'm married.
I'm still laughing at how fun that was. Hey, guys, Adam Ray here for the About Last Night podcast. Hope you enjoyed that little ALN highlight, that little freebie tidbit. If you want to see more highlights, clips, animations, and episodes, click right there, Click right there and get all the free ALN goodies your heart can muster. And, of course, subscribe to the show by clicking the ALN logo right there, Do that. It's easy. I'll see you next time. Peace.